Welcome to the Positive Spot with Dustin Lawrence, your daily dose of positivity. Join us Monday through Friday as we celebrate the positive in life, people, places, and events. Daily news, conversation with special guests, personal development tips, and more delivered directly to you. What we think about, we bring about. So why not fill your mind daily with positive thoughts and people at the Positive Spot?
Why, yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Positive Spot. My name is Dustin Lawrence, and I am your grateful host. Welcome to episode number 2, and thank you for joining us. My friends, we've started off with a bang as we discussed in episode 000, the introduction version of the podcast, Our Intentions. We discussed what we're about, and then we moved on to episode 1, where we had Greg Reed discussing the Napoleon Hill Foundation, what it's meant to him. We have started off with a bang, no doubt about it. And here, in episode number 2, I want to share what I feel to be the greatest speech ever written. This is not going to be a long podcast today, but this speech is so important. The words hit so close to home, and now more than ever, I felt it my obligation, my duty, if you will, to spread it with the world. And what a better venue than the Positive Spot to spread one of the most positive, uplifting speeches of all time. So my friends, you can find this speech, you can find a video that I've attached along with it at positivespotshow.com. Go check it out there. Go check out our videos. You can find it there, or you can find it under the tab under podcast episodes. There's a very moving video to go along with it. But what I'm going to do today is read the lyrics for you. Now, The Great Dictator was the film that this speech was taken from. And The Great Dictator is a 1940 American political satire. And it was written, directed, and starred by Charlie Chaplin. And that's one of the things that makes this speech so incredible. Of course, if you're familiar with Charlie Chaplin, you know that, he led the way in silent films. And we think of his characters as a goofy, roundabout person, always falling down and having mischievous acts happen to him, especially on the physical side. But Charlie Chaplin is a very deep individual, and the words to this speech that he wrote for The Great Dictator are just nothing more, right, than amazing. Amazing, because The Great Dictator was very popular with audiences, and it was Chaplin's most commercially successful film, right? And so many of the modern critics today have praised it as a historically significant film, especially in the work of satire. You see, Chaplin not only plays a dictator, he plays a struggling Jewish barber as well. And we won't get too deep into the movie, because it's this speech that I'm about to read to you that is nothing short than incredible, amazing, miraculous, whatever words you want to use, because you think about this was written in 1940, but the words hold true today. It's a universal and timeless message. So I'm going to read this speech to you, and again, you can find the speech and the video that goes along with it on positivespotshow.com. Go find it under podcast episodes or videos. Select either one of those tabs and you can find it. So this is The Great Dictator's speech, written by Charlie Chaplin. And here we go, my friends. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white, we all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. It's in this world there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's soul, has barricaded the world within hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives us abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, we feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. As so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, how to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as a cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You do not hate. Only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men. In you, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give you a future, and old age security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Wow. Again, my friends, this speech was written in 1940, and pardon me, I might get into it a little much for some, but the words, or the lyrics if you will, are posted on the site positivespotshow.com. We also have the link to the video there under videos or podcast episodes tabs on positivespotshow.com. My friends, what a moving piece of work. Right? There's so many things that we can pull out of this one speech and apply it to today, right? It's taken right out of 1940 and plugged into today, right here in August of 2016. And it holds very true, right? Because there's a few things that stand out. Machinery that gives us abundance has left us in want. Right? We have everything in the world we want at our fingertips. We can find any answer out. We can contact anyone. We can reach out to anyone on the world. But yet, this machinery, this technology has pulled us further and further apart from our personal relationships. Right? It has drawn us away from becoming closer, from reaching out and helping others. Right? More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and will be lost. Well, I don't know about you, but right now when I look out to the world to get a feel of what's going on, I'm not seeing a lot of kindness and gentleness. I see a lot of violence, right? And what does it say? Without these qualities, life will be violent and will be lost. But that's okay. Life is not lost, right? That's what we're here to do at the Positive Spot, right? You as a practitioner of positivity. We're here to lock arms with people all around the world and uplift each other, right? Uplift each other. I love how, and this was written in 1940, that he goes on to state that even now my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions. And think of it now in 2016, right? Who knows how many millions of people will hear this podcast over time? And the intentions are that they will pull from this speech to know that we're meant for more, right? We are meant to be more, to have more, to do more. We're meant to help others. So, and I love it how he goes on to say, to those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took back from the people will return to the people. As so long as men die, liberty will never perish. So my friends, there's a lot going on in the world, a lot of so-called wars that people feel that we don't need to be fighting. But there's good within all of it, right? There's intentions there to help people. There's intentions there to help people. So I highly encourage you, and I realize this has been a short version of this podcast, but all I wanted for, right, the pure intentions of this podcast were for you to listen to the words of the greatest speech ever written in my eyes, and there's so many other. The Great Dictator speech written in 1940 by Charlie Chaplin. Look it up, do some research, find out more about it at PositiveSpotShow.com. Again, check it out under the tab under podcast episodes or videos. And my friends, I encourage you to listen to this each and every day. It pumps me up. Music gets me excited, and this speech does the same. So we'll have the YouTube link there as well. A lot of people have done some great visuals, paired it to the words that really fire you up. So, my friends, thank you for being a part of this, right? Thank you for being you. And just remember, you have the love of humanity in your hearts. You do not hate, only the unloved hate, right? And we're all loved. If you're here at the Positive Spot, you're loved for sure. So thank you for being a part of this special reading, right? This very, very special reading of Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator speech written in 1940. My friends, make today incredible.
Thank you for listening to this edition of the Positive Spot Podcast with Dustin Lawrence. For full coverage of each podcast, visit PositiveSpotShow.com. Please join us Monday through Friday at the Positive Spot. What we think about, we bring about, so why not fill your mind daily with positive thoughts and people at the Positive Spot?